All right, so this is going to be a love reading for the sign that I select from the pile of cards I have. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I only have 3 more zodiac signs to read for in this love relationship series that I'm doing. So if you are inclined to watch the rest of the videos for your partner sign or your big 3, go to the channel. The videos are posted there already. And if you get anything out of this reading today, please like the video, press the little thumbs up button. I would really appreciate that. And then also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. All right, so let's see who's going to go today. Who will I be reading for today? All right, so we have Aries. So we are welcoming in the energy of Aries. So anyone with prominent Aries placements, thank you so much for being here. And if you are cross-watching for an Aries, of course, welcome to the reading. So let's sit in the energy. Let's open the channel. Let's receive the messages. What is it that we need to know for Aries as it relates to love and relationship today? Current love relationship energy for the sign of Aries, please. Aries, Aries, Aries. Where's the Aries as it relates to love and relationship? One more. Okay. See what we got today for Aries love relationship check-in. What messages does the Aries and the group that I'm reading for have to hear today? Thank you so much. Okay, so you have the King of Swords, so very clear, very honest about your love situation or how you are feeling. You want clarity or you are clear, you're giving truth or you're asking for truth. We'll see what other cards come through. The King of Swords is really logical in their approach to life. And if you're coming up as a King of Swords in a love reading, it means that you're pretty logical as it relates to love at this time, making the right decisions, the smart decisions. You also have the King of Pentacles, so 2 kings here in the Aries personal energy. So you're looking at whether or not this relationship, this person, this love situation is a good investment. I don't know if you are more business oriented as a person, like naturally it does come off as though you are treating this love situation as a business a business prospect. Maybe you and your person met through work or own a business together, or they're in business, and you know, like there's a work business factor here, negotiating. But there is definitely a cycle of something has come full circle. I'm hearing more full circle. Sometimes when the World card comes up, it can indicate that you have a choice to end a cycle or repeat it. This feeling is coming more so in the sense of something is full circle, like I said, right? So you have reached a point, an accumulation point. There's something around you and this love situation that's like before, like the history of it, there's like a moment in time or like pinpointing something about the person or something about the relationship that at this time, the present moment, it's like, oh, look at how it just came back around, right? Like, look at this subject, how this topic just made a full circle back around. Like now we are sort of revisiting it, or look at how it showed up again. Not again. I don't know how to explain this. It's like, let's just say, for an example, you and your person started off, right, a while back. Let's just say like 6 months ago, And you and your person said 6 months ago that, you know, in y'all's future, you were going to take a vacation together, right? Go on vacation. Or in your future, you were going to open up a business, right? Because there's like some business oriented feeling I'm getting here. And now 6 months later, present day, there's an opportunity for that to come full circle, right? So maybe you have an opportunity to open a business together, to invest in something together. Maybe you have an opportunity to finally go on a vacation together, right? So something that you said, planned, did, a situation, circumstance from the past is now coming up again in the present, and you're revisiting it, and there's a full circle moment here. With the King of Pentacles, this is the type of person that is also very practical. So you have the logical, you have the practical. Wanting to make sure that the time, the energy, the love, the effort, you know, all of the things that you invest into a person and into a relationship is not being taken for granted, is seen as a sort of value, or yeah, like just to make sure that there's no waste, that you're investing, like this is a good investment of your time, if that makes sense. It could be you and your person. It could be two sides of you showing up this way in relationship. Or you may have two options in a love situation here between two people. Just because they're kings doesn't mean that they have to be males. This could be male or female, but it could be two options. But we will get more info as the reading goes along. So let's see and sit into Aries person's energy as it relates to love and relationship at this time. Where do they stand at this time? Okay. So they have the Four of Swords. Are they resting? Are they tired? Ooh. Your person's in their head. And then the Four of Cups as well. So for your person, they're resting from a stressful situation. So it seems as though they just went through something a little bit much, a little too stressful for them. They're trying to get out of their head, out of their mind. They're trying to recover from something. I don't know if there was like a health issue involved here. But it's like heavy recovery mode, heavy rest and rejuvenation, heavy self-care, heavy nurturing back into their well-being. But I don't know what it is that they were worried about. The middle of their cards here, I mean, it just seems as though they are very stressed out, and there's a lot that they have anxiety. There's some fear-based mentality here. I don't know if they fear being left, if they fear that they have to do something on their own. It does come across that way with the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups. There is a solo energy here, like just being left alone. I feel that if your person is left alone, they go more and more into their head. I don't know what this is about, but they're not having the best time here at this moment. We'll see what comes through. All right, let's go into how does Aries feel about the relationship, about the person. Let's step into the feelings here. The emotions. Whatever is coming full circle is pretty stressful for your person, in my opinion. This big moment, this big world moment is happening, and it is making you sort of step into your power and making them have anxiety around that. For some of you, a small group of you, I do believe that the Aries has opted to leave this connection. All right, what's next? How does Aries feel? I'm getting something with secrecy. I'm getting something with something is hidden here. I don't know if it's coming from the Aries side or from the person's side, but there's hidden aspects coming through in this energy, whoever I'm reading for. And the full circle may also be that something has come to light recently. What is this I'm feeling? I don't know. Hold on. It's like, for some of you, like the way I was explaining how something came up in the beginning of your relationship or a long time ago and is showing itself up again. Like whatever this secret or whatever this hidden thing is that I'm feeling that is like lingering here, I do think that it was brought up before. I think there was a indication or something came through where one of you saw it, like a behavior, a red flag. I don't always pick up on third-party situations. I'm not that type of reader where everything that happens is like, oh, all the toxicity has to do with third party. Like, I'm not like that. I go in more into the motivation, the personality, the character of the person. But I do feel that this is like interference from like an external person that is not you and not this person. So it's like before, in the beginning of your relationship or months ago or something like that, one of you saw something that you didn't like. One of you saw something that was uncomfortable. Somebody did something that was, what is the word, like they shouldn't have done if they were in a committed relationship. But back then it was like a tiny thing. It wasn't like a big full-blown situation. It's almost as though someone made a mistake, or it was like, let's just say it was the Aries that caught their person doing something that they shouldn't have been doing, right? Like disrespectful, something that was disrespectful to the Aries, or something that was disrespectful to the commitment, to the relationship in some way. But in that time, it was like a small thing. It wasn't too big of a deal, and the Aries saw it. I'm just using the Aries as the example. It could be vice versa. The Aries saw it and sort of maybe remembered it, but didn't make a big deal out of it and continued on the relationship. And now that situation is coming full circle. So either it was a real thing that happened back then, and because the Aries didn't dig deeper and open up that can of worms, it never came to light, whatever the disrespect was. But now it's come full circle, and now something has happened where you can see in a broader scale, like, that this person did in fact disrespect you and is probably still disrespecting you in some way, or disrespecting the commitment and the relationship in some way. So it's something like that, you know, that I'm feeling that's happening here. I hope that makes sense. But it does feel from before, like you saw it with your own eyes, and maybe you ignored it, or you put it aside, or you wanted to not believe it. You know, like that feeling. Maybe it was like at the beginning, you really liked your person and you saw that they disrespected you in some way, but you didn't want to believe it, so you ignore it and you put it away. And, you know, that's a red flag indicator. And usually when we see the red flags and we ignore them, they come up later. And now that red flag is coming up later. All right, so how do you feel? 6 of Swords, you want to move away from this. You want to get away from this situation. You want to get away from the commitment, the person. You want to get away from the feelings of maybe there's some arguing going on, or some people in their head, like a lot of anxiety, stuff like that. Like you just want to be free from all of the shitty feelings and thoughts that this situation is bringing forth. And it does seem like you're just pushing and more into your power. The Knight of Swords. 6 of Swords, Knight of Swords. There's a Death card at the bottom. You may be going a little distant and a little cold. There may have been some really sharp words that were exchanged recently. And then you decided to just, you know, sort of go silent. Like you said your piece and now you're done. Like you needed to release it. Or if you haven't, this is something that you really want to do. Like you need to speak your piece and not hold it in. There's also that feeling of like, if I say something, if I make this such a big deal, you know, like a fear of the end. If you, for whoever is listening and whoever is going through this situation, if you were disrespected in a commitment, like it was clear that the both of you were committed to one another in a relationship, and you were disrespected and they went outside of the relationship in any way, I always say that if you can't do it in front of your partner, right? Like whatever it is, like it could be friendships with the opposite sex or, you know, whatever, right? If you can't say the thing in front of your partner, if you can't do the action in front of your partner, then it's probably something that's disrespectful, right? It's probably something that you shouldn't be doing, if that makes sense. So if someone is, if whoever I'm speaking to, you're in the commitment and it is a full-blown relationship and your person disrespected you and you are second guessing whether or not to say something, stand up for yourself, have some self-respect, you know, all that good stuff, like you should say something, right? Like it's not okay. You know, if you're having trouble speaking to your person and expressing how this made you feel, setting your boundaries, your expectations, and your standards about this situation, if you can't do that, but you want to, but you can't, there's some self-worth issues that you're having that you have to look into and face for yourself. Okay, that's your indicator that if you can't speak up and stand up for yourself, that you need to work on the value that you have of yourself, on your self-respect, on your self-worth. That is like individual thing, something that you have to do for yourself. You know, that's, like I said, your little indicator that there's some work to be done from that perspective. All right, what is Aries person? How do they feel about this relationship and the Aries? Again, reverse the roles as needed. Let's go into their emotions and feelings about this whole thing. They have the Nine of Wands and the King of Wands. So the both of you are sort of showing up really in like power. There may be some like strong-minded people here. They feel guarded. They feel like they have to protect themselves. I don't know if they feel like they what is this? Like they are standing up for themselves. Okay, so maybe whatever it is that you saw, you're trying to bring it up or whatever, and they are in their head about it. They're trying to shut up the situation and like squash it. You may be threatening to leave, or you may be distant, especially with these two cards here and the King of Swords type of distance, coldness. So they may be just like overwhelmed, like they have to fix the situation. But I don't think that they feel very apologetic. I don't think that they see what they did, or I don't think that they, even if they do see what they did, there's a little bit of pride here. And I don't know, this person does well apologizing. It doesn't feel that way. They are on guard. So if they did something, they're having a hard time owning up to it. For the group of you where maybe it was this side who did the thing, they are expecting, like, standing for themselves and being like, you know, you owe me an apology. Like, they're not going to budge. They're not going to stand down. I think they're a little bit more vocal and a little bit more aggressive, while this side is more silent and distant. But the truth is the truth. Whatever it is, right? Like, once you see something, you can't unsee it. I was telling another sign that the truth is the truth. The truth is there. So if they're trying to deny it, that is just a little bit of gaslight type of character. This is the position of what you want. And then you have the Ten of Swords at the bottom, which is an ending. But it's making me feel like if you want some kind of truth in material form. So let's just say that two people are arguing, right, about this disrespect thing. One person knows what they saw. The other person is trying to deflect, right? And they're trying to be like, no, like, that's not what it meant. Like, you don't understand what you saw. Like, you know, let me tell you, let me explain, right? Like, let me explain. So you're looking for truth in material form. However that plays out, however that looks to your situation. Let's just say an example. And it just makes me a little uncomfortable, but I guess I have to get used to it because I'm choosing to do these readings, right? So I cannot be picky about the type of readings that come through, okay? But when it comes to this type of dynamic where there's lies, deceit, that include third-party situations, that include other people, like this type of stuff, it just makes me a little uncomfortable and jumpy. But I mean, like I said, I have to get used to it because I'm choosing to do this, and I'm hoping that it helps someone out there. So as an example, let's say that you caught your person talking to someone else, and they're like, it's not what it looks like, right? Like, let me explain it. And you're like, I saw it clearly, you know, and the only way that you are going to change your mind or believe them is if you look through their phone, or is if you talk to the person, you know, or you get more information about how they know each other. Like, you want proof in material form. You're not just going based off of what they say, if that makes sense. what do they want from this relationship, please? Okay. The Five of Wands. They want to keep arguing. They also have a 10 at the bottom, which is also a form of completion. But they want to keep arguing. They want to continue to prove their point. At the same time, I'm also feeling like this person is like so in deep with their lie or their explanation or whatever their side is. Like, I'm not judging anybody, and I'm trying not to pick sides either. Like, I don't know who is who and who did what. But it's like they're so in deep that they're just like, fuck it. Let me just burn this whole shit to the ground type of thing. You know, like, I'm already here. I might as well keep going. I might as well continue with the drama. I might as well make it worse. The more distraction I provide to the situation, the more crazy the other person is going to end up feeling. And eventually they will stop and let it go, right? Because they don't want to feel crazy anymore, which is the whole gaslight, narcissistic character. But as I say that, it's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna burn it up. Like, burn it to the ground, make it worse. I'm already in deep type of feel. All right, what is bridging these two together? What is keeping these two individuals together at this time? What is keeping the both of these together? What is bridging this relationship? And what is keeping the connection alive at this time, please? I know I can just pull a card, but at this point, it's just like, I'm waiting for one to fall out. I'm being stubborn. Maybe someone is being stubborn. There you go. Potential. History. All the time that you two have put into this relationship to, like, end it is like that feeling of shit, you know? Like, can we work through it? It does seem as though these two people have been together. Like, the majority of you, the group I'm reading for, have been together for a while. So there's some second guessing here because of the history, because of the effort that has been invested, because of the work that it's taken to build this relationship, how far you both have come. It's like, should I just let that all go? Is all of that for nothing? Which, there's some attachment there. What else? Karma, balancing it out. It's part of that process when something like this happens and comes to light and comes full circle, right? Like it's part of it. It's balancing it out. Two of the same cards together here. I feel like one side is highly, highly defensive. And the other side is like, this is what you get. This is what happens when you disrespect me. This is what happens because of the choice that you made. So now we're getting the queens. When we started off with the kings, now we're getting the queens. You have the Four of Cups again. The Nine of Swords again. What are these queens doing here? Who are you? Someone is, like I said, just feeling shitty, not satisfied, focusing on what they're losing instead of an opportunity to make it right. Holding on to the emotion of the pain or holding on to the past in some way. I'm also getting, there's something here about the past. All right, let's start off with the queens and see what's up with them and why they're showing up here. Clarify the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Temperance, healing. Six of Cups, past. Daughter of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. Apology. What is the World? Five of Cups, loss and let down. Give me more on the World. Knight of Wands, which is not here, but okay. What else for the World? One more, please. The Emperor. So someone's impulses and passion and someone's selfishness and like inability to think through their actions has really let someone down. So whatever happened, this person was very impulsive and made a rash decision to do something that they wanted to do in the moment, and which caused this person to see them in another way, or they're like in the full light of who they are. Like they are capable of something like this. They let someone down because the Five of Cups is here. Someone feels let down, disappointed. Hurt feelings for sure. At the least, there's some hurt feelings. These queens are coming through. So one of them is coming through as a healer, a nurturer, like needing to go within their heart and heal something. What is this? Is there, I don't know, there's like mother involved here. Because the Queen of Cups can stand for mother, but this is very motherly energy. It's like, let me come in and fix it. Let me come in and help you with the situation. Somebody's helping with the situation. Someone from the past. Someone that brings up memories. Someone that brings up nostalgia. Maybe it's a baby's mother. A baby's mother. A baby mama. Sorry. That's so dumb. Yeah, especially with the Daughter of Cups, can indicate a child here. What is this Queen of Wands? Is this indicating like the two people that I was picking up on? Like the external, someone that is coming through aside from the two people in the relationship? Ten of Wands. Ten of Cups. There's still this sense of like full circle here. If you got into a relationship with someone, you started talking to someone, here's that King of Wands, and this person had kids. And obviously, you know, most of the time when someone has kids and you meet them, there is the child's parent involved, like the other parent involved in some way. And so let's just say you knew this going in, right? That this person had children, blah, blah, blah. And what is coming full circle is the fact of like, you knew it going in, that there was a baby's mama or a baby's daddy going to be involved in some way, because, you know, usually, not always, but usually they are. And it's like, okay, like I can handle it. Like, it's okay. Like, whatever. Your person is probably saying like, you know, don't worry. Like, we're cool. You know, they are cool. They, you know, blah, blah, blah. We co-parent very well, like whatever the case is. But something has come full circle. Something has come to light, because now you are deep in the relationship. Now you are deep into seeing how the other parent plays a role in this person's life. How the co-parenting play a role in this person's life. And maybe you're just a little uncomfortable with some of that. And there's maybe has been a little bit of disrespect that you feel with that, right? Which is very, very common. So it's like, what did I get? You know, like there's a sense of this is just too much for me to handle, right? This whole concept of dealing with the other parents, or having the other parents in the life of my girlfriend or of my boyfriend. But at the same time, it's like there is still love here, there is still care, but it's too much. Like, I don't know if somebody here just cannot be comfortable with it. And you really have to look at that, like, I don't know. I mean, how can I explain this? Like when let's just say you're dating, you know, and you haven't, this isn't like a marriage, right? Like you're not completely together like that to where you have the children, you live together, you know, you're married forever, blah, blah, blah. Let's just say like you've been dating, or you're boyfriend and girlfriend, or girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, with this person for a good while, but not anything that's like you have a whole life with them. Anyway, so what I was trying to say is like, if that is your case, and you're dating, or you're in the scene, and you are wanting to attract somebody and meet somebody or whatever, and you come across a person that you like, but they have children, but they have a baby's mama or a baby's daddy that is close by or whatever. Like, it's one thing to say yes in the beginning of this relationship because you really like the person and you hit it off and all of that stuff. But it's, you know, important to step into the reality of what that is like, right? Like, maybe you've never been through that before. Maybe you have. Especially if you have, then you know the dynamics and you know how it goes. Or if you have kids and you have your own baby's mama or baby's daddy, you know, then you know how that goes as well. And not every relationship is the same. But it's like, where are your standards? Where are your expectations? Is it a hard no that you don't want to deal with that? Are you leaning more to that side? Or is it more of like, I can handle this. I am confident enough in our relationship. I am confident enough in our love. I trust my person and I can do this, right? Like everything will be okay, whatever. If you don't trust your person and there's a little bit of confidence issues here where, you know, there's like maybe jealousy. I'm not trying to call anyone out. Like this is just the dynamics of relationships. And it's natural, it's human, right? Then you really want to step back and think about that. Like, is this the relationship for you? You know, can you deal with it? Can you handle it? Can you accept it? And maybe your person, you know, if they handle it better, then maybe you would accept it, right? Like I hear some of you saying that as well, which means that if they don't know how to respect you and they can't put their foot down and really take control of the situation between them and their ex, you know, because now you're in their life and they need to make you a priority, right? Especially if there's commitment here, then that says a lot about them and where they see you, you know. Truth is truth. Truth is in your face, right? How someone feels about you is always shown in your face. There's no denying that, right? If people respect you, they respect you. There's no like, what is the word? Like there's no gray area when it comes to that. If someone wants to be with you and wants to put you and you know, puts you first, there's no gray area with that. You see it, it's clear. There's no gaslighting. There's no manipulating, you know, what this means or what this is, right? It's more simple than we make it because we add in all these thoughts and all these emotions and all these what ifs and trying to have hope, you know, in a person or trying to be like, well, let me see it from their perspective, you know, like, you know, I'm not the best. I'm not, you know, the perfect. I have my flaws, blah, 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 whatever. Yes, we all have flaws. But when it comes to truth, that's always there. When it comes to respect and someone respecting you, that is always there, right? There's no gray area, like I said, with that, you know? So, I mean, obviously it's up to you. You have free will, but I'm just saying that you wouldn't be in this situation if this person handled it better. If this person made you a priority and really thought through their steps and their actions and was not impulsive and selfish in the moment, you know, so that's something to be said about how they feel about you. People will always show you how they feel about you. There's like, you can clearly see it, you know, if somebody disrespects you, that's how they feel about you. Like if somebody puts you first, they won't disrespect you. That's how they feel about you, that they'll show you that. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's easier said than done. I get it. I completely get it. It's not easy work to do. And I speak like this because I have experience in doing this, you know, and being in dynamics like this. But I try to learn from it and I try to take something away from it about myself every time. So I can see things in a better light, you know. I understand that you have invested a lot of time in this relationship for you to just let it go. And I get that. And maybe your person has potential to see their errors and make a change. But you will only see that in time. Like, you know, they have to show that to you. They can't just tell you. And at this point, it does seem as your person is very defensive. They don't want to apologize. They don't want to admit what happened. And it's probably driving you crazy. They're probably trying to drive you crazy so you can believe them. Again, truth is truth. You see truth. Truth is in your face. I don't know if I was able to relay that message very well, but that's what came through. All right, well, good luck with your situation. Thank you for hanging in there and listening to the reading. If you were able to get this far, Again, I only speak this way because I care and I want people to do what's best for them, you know, and because I have experience with this stuff as well, so I can relate to these types of dynamics as well. So at least you know that I'm not coming from a place where I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, let me know in the comments, like the video if you got something out of it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from the readings. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one.